I think it was Boston. We were sitting, having lunch and watching the telecast just as we're sitting there, and they're showing Bryson. I'm like, this guy, if he has to lose the Masters to not win the Masters.
Interesting.
I was
gonna ask you about
his
that.
fairway on at how far he's flying the golf ball, if it's warm, right? I mean, if it's nice temperatures. I mean, number 2, his fairway is 70 yards wide. Number 3 flies it in the upslope. No advantage 4, 5, 6. But you get to 8, carries a bunker. It's 80 yards wide. 9, his fairway on 9 goes from the scoreboard off number 1, 90 yards left of the fairway, to the bunkers off number 7. That's his fairway. I mean, it's 1,000 yards wide.
So saying that, does that make you like kind of rethink it all what you're doing, or is it just like,
what am I going to do between now and then?
I mean,
gain 40, dude.
Drink a bunch of protein shakes.
Drink one of these.
Yeah,
gain 40.
You know,
swing hard.
it's one of those things. It's if you're hitting it straight and you're hitting it far, it's obviously should be a massive advantage. They've done a lot to that golf course after Tiger had won a number of times. Because of that, he hit it that much further than other guys, and they lengthened so many holes. I wouldn't be surprised if they start to either put in more trees, or they have a whole nursery of giant trees right next door they can just take and put in. It's wild how quickly they can do that and make it look like it's been there for 50 years. It's going to be really interesting to see that tactic and how that changes how other people do it.
Does it bother you how he's going about the game, or?
Let's get into this a little.
No, I mean, we practice at the same place here in town. I've enjoyed talking to him. It's really interesting to hear his philosophy, and there are things I agree with and things that I've done differently my whole career, and I don't necessarily. I mean, if you're going to hit it that far with the way they normally have the rough on the PGA Tour, it's a massive advantage if you can learn to do that. But he putts the living crap out of the golf ball.
Yeah,
that's what no one realizes.
That gets
putts
ignored.
the living crap out of the golf ball. And the only disadvantage he has is that his lob wedge is so long that some chip shots become more difficult. That's it. And the only problem is, even if those chip shots are more difficult, when most people have him to get up and down for par, he's already driven up next to that.
Yeah.
Did you see him in the one they had in Detroit?
Oh, I said that going in before I go. He could make an absolute mockery of this golf course.
Yeah, and he did.
Yeah, I was like, it's going to be an absolute pitching
It's like
for this guy.
your strokes gained approach. His strokes gained approach might not be good, but his approach shots were his around the green shots.
He was last in strokes gained approach because he was too close to the green.
The
on all his
shot
approach.
tracker
It was
thought he
all
was chipping trying to get up and down for par. Didn't know that was his drive.